Duke, Tate. We have to talk about Duke. We knew we were going to talk about Duke going into the Champions Classic because it is Coach K's final season. It is the Coach K farewell tour. We had step one. We saw very little fanfare. I felt like ESPN would have talked about it a little more, that this is Coach K's final season. They barely mentioned it. They barely talked about it at all, really. So going in, we knew that we were going to talk about Duke coming out of the Champions Classic. Now we're here. It's 3 days removed, 2 days removed, however long it's been. I think most people have kind of moved on, but we haven't done a show since then. So let's quickly get through Champions Classic reactions, which is to say, let's talk about how Duke looks like they could win a national championship, and Paolo Banchero is every bit as good as advertised.
Well, we have to talk about a lot because you just said his name, Paolo Banchero, and I think it starts right there. That's where the buck starts. You know, it usually stops there, but it's going to start there with this show. And we learned a few years ago after we watched Zion dominate and RJ Barrett dominate that, you know, when we do a reaction show after the Champions Classic, we would say some crazy things. Like if you and I recorded after Tuesday night, I would be sitting here, Titus. I would have probably said Keels is, you know, going to win National Player of the Year. And
Agbaji.
you know,
Agbaji is National Player of the Year. Ochai Agbaji.
Agbaji would have been 1B on my tier rankings of National Player of the Year. So that's what the Champions Classic does. It gives you irrational reaction. So I think it's good for us that we waited a couple of days, and it's still sticking with me because the entire media landscape prior to Tuesday night called the star of Duke Paolo Banchero, which is the American way to say the name. Now, he is half American, half Italian. We love half Italians here on this program, and the Italian way to say his name is Banchero, and that is what he is going with. And Tuesday night, that was revealed to the world. And were you just as I was shocked. I did not know that this was going to be a move, but it was very Duke thing to happen.
It was I got Trevon Duval flashbacks.
Yes.
Marquise Bolden. And like Duke makes me just rethink how I say everyone's name, and it scrambles my brain. And listen, I've since had people reach out to me and they're like, no, he's always been Banchero. It's just everyone's messed this up.
But why didn't you say that prior? I didn't hear those people saying that 2 weeks ago, right? Like, there's a lot of loud people right now being like, we all know it's Banchero. And it's like, well, I didn't hear you 2 weeks ago. Where were you? Because I would have liked to have known that. I felt like an idiot. I'm watching this game, and immediately Dan Schulman's like, and we got Paolo Banchero.
Yeah.
And, you know, Jay Billis is like all in on it. He's like rolling his R's. He's like, Banchero. You know what I mean? Like, they making it even more. And I'm like, what is happening? And then not only that, he lives up to the hype, right? Like you said it. I mean, watching Duke at the end of the game after, you know, everything goes well for Duke, Coach K, I wish we could pull up the shot of Coach K. He's in the middle of the court, and he is like, you know how if you saw like Kieran Culkin on SNL, he's like reaching up and he's like, give me uppies, you know? He's like pull me. Like, that's what Coach K was doing. He was like, give me more. Like, give me more of an ovation. Give me more. More. You know what I mean? He's Adam Driver in Star Wars. More. He wanted more of an ovation, and they didn't give it to him, which I was upset about. I thought it was ridiculous. Give the man what he wants.
Oh my God. So Coach K part aside, let's talk about the Duke team. Specifically, how good is this team? Because I think that's going to be the other subplot. We have the farewell tour. We knew that the hoopla around Coach K was going to exist throughout this entire season. Every stop along the way, they're going to highlight like how many games Coach K has won on this court and against this coach and all that sort of thing. We know that. What I think was a little bit of a question mark coming into the year was how good could Duke actually be? Is this a national title team, or is this Paolo is awesome and a bunch of they got some pieces, but I think most people expect them to be better than last year, Tate. But there's a question as to whether they could win a national title, or whether like the case for Duke being a national title contender was just simply Coach K magic in his final year, you know? Like that seemed to be like what some people would make the argument about. They're like, I like Duke. And you're like, why? Well, because like it's Coach K's final year, and I think there's going to be some mystique around that. And you're like, okay, but do they have good players?
Yeah, but beyond that, the basketball. Yeah.
So now that we've seen them one game, my reaction was this. I still sort of this is not me throwing cold water on Duke fans or whatever. You should be excited about this. Paolo's awesome. Paolo is going to be awesome. I felt when I said it like a couple weeks ago or however long ago when I said that I felt like by the end of the non-conference season, there was going to be like a Zion like aura around Paolo Banchero. They got me saying it right already. Paolo Banchero. That came out of my mouth, and I was like, why did I just say that? That's insane that I said that. I feel a little bit better about it after watching him one game. I was like, it's not going to reach the Zion levels, but it's going to be up there. It's going to be like in that stratosphere of just like everyone's tuning in just to see what this guy's going to do next, whatever. But Tate, I will say, and you'll like what I'm about to say, that I'm not completely sold that Duke has a great team. I think Duke has I think Trevor Keels, I knew nothing about this guy. He absolutely impressed me. I think he's going to be awesome moving forward. He's an absolute tank, and I like Duke's front court. Mark Williams and Theo John off the bench is awesome. Like just having a bruiser that comes in and has experience. Yeah, there are parts about Duke that I like. I'm not completely sold that a team where Wendell Moore is your third best player is going to win a national championship, and like counting on Jeremy Roach to play 35 to 40 minutes a night is going to win you a national championship. I'm not sold on that after one night of beating a Kentucky team that struggled in their 2 exhibitions. I'm not sold on that. Right?
Yeah. You're not sold on Keel mode? That's the new Duke hashtag that they love. Trevor Keels. He's going to go into Keels mode and knock people down. I actually was very impressed with the freshman. I do think that Paolo Banchero was a little bit of a, I think he's getting overblown as the Zion candidate. I think that's maybe a little bit too far.
Impossible.
You can't be the next Zion. There's only one Zion. But I like to think he's like Carlos Boozer with an in-and-out dribble. That's kind of like the vibes that he's giving me. But
are you insane? Listen, like Boozer was good, so like that's not. I don't mean to laugh at Carlos Boozer, but
no,
also,
exactly. But I think he's Carlos Boozer with a modern flair to his game. But Keels is the one. I mean, Keels is the one that really got my attention. He has like a fire to him. Like Duke needed that. When you said it, like everyone had the hype of Coach K. Yeah. But we needed some sort of like basis in reality. And now, like when I see Keels and I see Paolo, I'm like that 1-2 punch. I could see them carrying Coach K into March with a lot of momentum. And they have the bigs, they have the bodies. Theo John off the bench. I think that as far as fouls, they can match up with any team in the country. So they have the pieces. But again, Kentucky is really it might have been a bomb. You know what I mean? Coach Cal told us it was a blip, Titus, but it might have been a bomb.
Hey there, thanks for watching Titus and Tate. For the full friend of the program experience, subscribe right below and come join us for all things college basketball. The action is heating up. Come join Titus and Tate.